Hobos. Welcome to the third and final live stream of the day. Today, in this final live stream, we're going to talk about some amazing turtle facts. So, how are you all doing this Sunday? Enjoying your weekend in the whatever part of the world you live in? Hope you're having a good time enjoying your weekend. So, now, let's talk about some amazing turtle facts. These magnificent creatures come in all shapes and sizes and live in a number of different environments. They all belong to a group of reptiles called testudians. This includes turtles, tortoises, and terrapins. From giant slow-moving land-dwelling tortoises and snappy terrapins basking in the freshwater lagoons, to the graceful strokes of a sea turtle gliding through our oceans, here are some amazing facts about turtles. Turtles belong to one of the oldest reptile groups in the world, eating snakes, crocodiles, and alligators. These creatures date back to the time of the dinosaurs, over 200 million years ago. Turtles are easily recognized by their bony, cartilaginous shell. The super tough casing acts like a shield to protect them from predators. Some turtles can even tuck their heads up inside the shell for extra protection. Just like with your bones, a turtle shell is actually made of a skeleton. It's made up of over 50 bones, which include a rib cage and a spine. Contrary to popular belief, a turtle cannot come out of its shell. The turtle shell will grow with them, so it's actually impossible for them to grow too big for its shell. What a turtle eats depends on the environment it lives in. Land-dwelling turtles will eat beetles, fruit, and grass mostly. Sea dwellers will actually eat squid and jellyfish as their favorite dishes. They will also eat algae and similar plants. Some turtles are actually carnivores and others are herbivores. Some are omnivores, so they have a good mixture. Many baby turtles start life as carnivores, but grow to eat more plants as they mature. Turtles are amniotes, that means they breathe air and lay their eggs on land, although most of them live in or around water. These incredible cold-blooded creatures have an incredibly long lifespan. The oldest ever recorded lived in Tonga Island and was thought to be 188 years old when it passed away. Many species of turtle are endangered. Of the 129 of the approximately 300 species of turtle and tortoise on Earth today still living, these are 129 very vulnerable species. They are endangered, even critically endangered, according to records. Threats include loss of habitat, poaching, and the illegal pet trade. Yes, maybe that turtle that you own was illegal, but hopefully not. And I hope you're enjoying this video. Let me know how the sound is. Let me know if everything's okay. As I said, turtles are really ancient. The oldest known sea turtle fossil is thought to be 120 million years old, making sea turtles some of the oldest creatures on the planet. We shared the planet with dinosaurs, and which dinosaurs came extinct 65 million years ago, turtles didn't. There is a turtle called the leatherback turtle that can travel 16,000 kilometers or more just to dine on their favorite jellyfish. Female marine turtles like to return to the same nesting grounds where they were born when it's time for them to lay their own eggs. If you ever played the game Minecraft, you might know that the Minecraft turtles do something similar like this. Marine turtles can hold their breath underwater for as long as up to 5 hours. To do this, they slow their heart rate up to about 9 minutes in between heartbeats to conserve oxygen. The leatherback turtle is the largest of all currently living turtles. They can grow up to 900 kg. Turtle hatchlings are super cute things, but unfortunately only about one or two in every 1,000 turtle hatchlings survive to adulthood. The rest will die. A hatchling's gender depends on the temperature of the nest. Hotter temperatures produce more females, while more males emerge from cooler temperatures. Male sea turtles spend almost their whole lives at sea because, unlike females, they don't have to return to the land to nest. Well, these are some amazing facts about turtles. I'm going to tell you some more amazing facts in just 1 second. Just taking a drink of water, a bit thirsty. All this talking for these live streams all day makes me very thirsty. Turtles can actually cry, but they don't cry because they're sad. They have glands that help to empty excess salt from their eyes, which makes it look like they're crying. Well, I said earlier, the oldest living turtle lived over 180 years. The normal lifespan of a turtle is 100 years, which, oddly enough, is also roughly the number of eggs a female sea turtle lay when they nest. Turtles could hypothetically give you a high five. Most species of turtle have 5 toes on each limb. A few turtle species only have 4 toes on each limb. Even more uncommonly, some have 3 toes on each limb. So the ones with 5 could easily give you a high five. There is no species of turtle on Earth which nurture their own children. Turtle mothers find a location on land to dig a nest and lay their eggs. After they lay their eggs, they walk away immediately. It is up to the babies to fend for themselves once they hatch. This is why only 1 or 2 of every 100 baby turtles will survive. Getting back to the leatherback turtle, they have shells that are akin to hard rubber. This allows them to deep dive without their shells shattering. The atmospheric pressure simply makes the shells compress. These turtles can dive more than any other turtle in the world. Turtles can hear, kind of. To the naked eye, it might appear turtles do not have ears. However, behind their skin flaps, turtles have middle ear bones that carry noise vibrations down their ear canals. Their middle ears have a very thick membrane that greatly inhabits the audio frequency range they can detect, though they do not hear very well. The leathery turtle can weigh up to 1,500 pounds, while a bog turtle can be as little as 4 inches long, so turtles really come in all shapes and sizes. Only land turtles can withdraw into their shells. This makes sea turtles a much easier target for predators compared to their relatives on land. While they don't have that great hearing, turtles have excellent vision, and they need it to survive and thrive. Scientific research has shown they can identify a range of different colours and even favour some colours over others because they are more appetising. Researchers have also shown that some turtles become so dehydrated without sight they can't make their way back to the water from land. Or I should say, debilitated. Sea turtles have an internal GPS. Who needs a Siri? Not sea turtles, that's for sure. Their internal system helps direct them across the ocean and back using the Earth's magnetic field. Turtles can sense variations in the magnetic field and can pinpoint specific coastlines by the unique magnetic structure that it has. Excuse me there. My throat's getting a bit sore from talking all day. Starting to lose my voice a little bit. Sorry about that. I hope you're enjoying these amazing turtle facts. Turtles can live on almost any continent in the world, but no turtles live in Antarctica. Being the adaptive creatures they are, turtles can survive in pretty much any conditions. While most of the species are found in southeastern America and South Asia, they can be still found in other parts of the world. Sea turtles can sometimes end up in the European Arctic, but you won't find any in Antarctica at all. The leatherback turtle is the most widely distributed turtle, venturing into the Arctic Circle and as far south as the bottom of New Zealand. All 300 species of turtle lay their eggs on land. They all lay in a different way. Leatherback turtles, for example, will migrate thousands of miles just to lay their eggs, and as I said earlier, they will travel back to the same beach they were born on to lay their own eggs. River turtles will usually lay their eggs near to where they live and eat on the shore. Some turtles that live on land, like box turtles, like to find moist soil in forest or even marshlands. If only and only if turtles have no other option, they might lay their eggs in water, but that is an extreme last resort, and it will rarely happen. Turtles can drown. In general, turtles can hold their breath for 30 minutes, but with other species, just like with other species, this can vary. One species, the loggerhead turtle, can stay up to 10 hours underwater. It depends on the location and temperature of the water as well. When a sea turtle is resting or sleeping, they can stay underwater for 4 to 7 hours. Turtles are smart enough to return to the surface exactly when they need air. If a turtle is stressed, though, maybe it got stuck in a fishing net or something, you can use his oxygen faster and even drown in minutes. If you raced a turtle against Michael Phelps or a fast swimmer, the turtle would win every single time, even though we usually see them bobbing about in the water. If you have to make a swim for it, they're likely to get away. The leatherback turtle can swim at speeds of up to 22 miles an hour. In comparison, Michael Phelps' swimming speed has been capped at 6 miles per hour. But while underwater, turtles don't swim very fast unless they are threatened. If they did, they would run out of air much faster. Hey, we mentioned earlier that the gender of a turtle is determined by temperature. Other species have their sex assigned as soon as fertilization occurs, but when it comes to turtles, that is not the case. The temperature of the eggs while they're developing is the deciding factor. This is sometimes called temperature-dependent sex determination. If a turtle's eggs incubate below 81.86 degrees Fahrenheit, the turtle eggs will hatch a male. Above 87.8, babies will almost always be female. Anything in between these temperatures could result in either a male or a female. Things like warmer sand will influence more female turtles to be hatched. On a mass scale, climate change could impact turtle species and hatch more females, resulting in not enough males being born. This, of course, could unfortunately lead to turtle extinction, but let's hope that doesn't happen. The most dangerous turtle is entirely carnivore, the alligator snapping turtle, and it's as scary as it sounds. These bad boys weigh over 200 pounds and are not to be messed with. Their huge, powerful beaks can completely amputate the body part that they attack, which is no surprise considering the bite force is 1,000 pounds. Unfortunately, well, actually, probably fortunately, really for humans, they don't actively attack unless they are threatened. To get their food, they lay in the bottom of a riverbed with their huge mouths open, then they wiggle their red tongues that look like worms, which attract fish to swim right into their mouths. Let's talk a bit more about how long turtles can live. Turtles are among the animals that live longer in the wild than any other animal. In captivity, their longest lifespan is only 10 to 18 years. Wild sea turtles, however, don't reach reproductive maturity for almost 50 years, and generally they live for up to 150 years. However, it's difficult for science to determine the age of a turtle. Some theorize that some turtles in the past have even lived up to 500 years old. And here's an interesting fact. If you call a tortoise a turtle, you are not wrong. However, when people refer to turtles versus tortoises, it's usually a difference between where they live. Most turtles live in or near water. Tortoises are exclusively land animals. The only thing tortoises do regarding water is drink it. Another small difference is that tortoises are almost always vegetarians, while turtles are omnivores or carnivores. How are you enjoying these amazing turtle facts? Are you liking this video? I hope you're enjoying it. Now, now we're going to get on to our last few facts about turtles. There are 7 species of marine turtle. Marine turtles were around more than 100 million years ago and lived alongside dinosaurs, as mentioned earlier. These days, scientists recognize 7 species of marine turtle. They are the hawksbill, the loggerhead, the leatherback, olive ridley, the green, the flatback, and the Kentish ridley. Unfortunately, other than the flatback, 6 of these are threatened with extinction, and there's simply not enough information on even the flatback to know how much at risk they really are. Turtles do not have any teeth. They use beak-like mouths to grasp their food. This beak is made of keratin. That's actually similar, almost the exact same as what your fingernails are made of. So turtle is basically just one big giant fingernail. We mentioned earlier about the turtle's bones. The turtle shells are made of over 50 bones fused together, so they're literally wearing our bones on the outside. But they also have extra light spongy bones to help them to float. Their young lives are an extreme mystery. The first few years of a marine turtle's life are known as the lost years. That's because the time between when the hatchlings emerge until they return to the coastal shallow waters to forage is incredibly difficult to study. The lost years they spend at sea, which can be up to 20 years, largely remain a mystery to us. They can be quite big. Marine turtle species vary greatly in size. The smallest measures around 70 centimeters long and weighs up to 40 kilograms. The largest can be 180 centimeters long and weigh 500 kilograms. That's 10 times heavier. The country of Wales holds the record for the world's largest marine turtle. In 1988, a leatherback was found ashore measuring 2.5 meters long. That's 2.5 meters from flipper to flipper and weighing 900 kilos. Female leatherback turtles make extremely strange noises when they're nesting. These noises sound quite similar to a human belch or burp. Turtles have colour preferences. They seem to prefer bright, for example red, orange or yellow food, and they seem to investigate these colours much more than other colours when they're looking for a meal. The longest known distance a turtle has travelled is a female leatherback who swam 13,000 miles over 647 days from Indonesia to the west coast of America. That's about 20 miles a day. Getting accidentally caught in the fishing gear is probably the biggest threat to marine turtles. It is also estimated that more than 50% of marine turtles have ingested plastic or other human rubbish, often mistaken for food such as jellyfish. Plastic washed up on beaches can also limit space for nesting and block tiny hatchlings' paths to the water. Turtle habitats are being destroyed and put under threat 50% of the world's coral reefs have been lost, and the rest could disappear completely by 2050 if climate change remains unchecked. Climate change can increase sand temperature. Higher temperatures produce more females than males, as I said earlier, cause sea levels rise that can flood the nests, and can mean an increase in storm events, which will affect hatchlings of wildlife. But hopefully these amazing creatures will live on. Well, that's about all I have about amazing facts about turtles. I really hope you enjoyed this stream, and it's Mr. Amazing signing off and saying goodbye. Have an amazing day.